Alrighty, welcome to a Murders at Karlov, not Markov, Manor draft here on my YouTube channel. We've got a mythic rare here, and this is one of my first drafts. I've done just a couple of these, so let's hop in and see how this goes. 4 mana, 4/4 menace. All your creatures have wither, and then whenever a creature an opponent controls dies, if its toughness was less than 1, you draw a card, which basically means if one of your creatures kills one of their creatures, you draw a card. That sounds awesome. Neighborhood Guardian's also very good. 2 mana, 2/2, that whenever you play a creature with power 2 or less, it pumps something. There's just 2 undercover crocodiles in my pack, sure. I do like Tin Street Gossip, but I'm clearly going to take Massacre Girl here. It seems crazy not to. Next pack, Drag the Canal is also pretty good. It's blue-black for a 2/2, instant speed 2/2. But if you play this in a turn where a creature died, you also gain 2 life, surveil 2, and investigate. That sounds incredible. I'm going to take that over Leering Onlooker, which is also a good card. 2 mana, 1/3 flyer, but you can exile it from your graveyard to make 2 bats. And Buried in the Garden is probably the best card in this pack, but I don't think I should take a green-white card after taking Massacre Girl. When I could just take Drag the Canal and get set up for a nice little blue-black control deck here. Well, as controlling as you can be these days. Ooh, an Exit Specialist. That's a nice one too. 2 mana, 2/1, hard to block, but mostly it's got a disguise and you can flip it up for 2 mana to bounce a creature. So I like that. Bubble Smuggler's not bad. Alley Assailant's fine. Red-blue Surveil Land's also fine, but I'm going to take Exit Specialist here over Suspicious Detonation as well. And Cornered Crook, but we took a great black card, and then a great blue-black card, and then a great blue card, and that is how you draft. Great booster drafting skills right there. I hope you can learn from it. And here, well, we've got a Presumed Dead, another blue-red Scryland, funny. Instant speed, give a creature +2/+0, and it comes back suspected. I mean, that's pretty good with Massacre Girl and potentially Exit Specialist, but Bubble Smuggler is also pretty good. It's just a 2 mana, 2/1 that you can also flip up as a 6/5. Blue just doesn't usually get like pretty high quality creatures. And then Extract Confession is decent too. They sack a creature, but you can collect evidence 6 to make them sack their best creature. I think in this deck I'd actually rather have Extract Confession. Also, if you go turn 4 Extract Drag, that is pretty nice too. I do like Projector Inspector. 3 mana, 3/2, and whenever it or another detective enters the battlefield or is turned face up, you loot, and this is already a detective, so got some looting. Oh man, Novice Inspector's busted, but not in a position to take it here. And so I think I'd rather have Projector Inspector than the Crocodile, which is a detective that I can flip up for just blue mana, but I kind of like this one. Lumbering Laundry is also funny. 5 mana, 4/5, and you can look at face-down creatures, but I don't think they're as good as just taking that. Spell Snare? Huh, funny. Ooh, Living Conundrum. Hexproof 2/5, and if you it stops you from decking, and if you have no cards in your deck, it's a 10/10 flying Vigilance Hexproof. It's pretty cool, but I don't really think I'm supposed to take it here. I will want to draft that deck at some point, but I think if I just take Unscrupulous Agent here, I'll be really happy. 2 mana, 1/1, and they exile a card from their hand. You know, the Ravenous Rats, it's in most sets, Virus Beetle, that sort of thing. It exiles even. And I think that card is just a very strong card. It's also a detective, so it lets me loot, which is nice. And Massacre Girl in play, it has Wither. You can chump and then get a counter on their thing. It's all coming up Demir here. I also like that my curve is pretty low. And oh, look, there we go. 2 mana, counter a spell, and then you can suspect up to 1 target creature. I like that. 2 mana counter spell is really good, I think. And Shady Informant's also fine. That's the black-red hybrid morph, where you could flip it up and it's a 4/2 when it dies, deals 2 to any target. But I think just taking another 2-drop, oh, I love this curve. 5 2-mana spells already, a 3-mana spell, and then an awesome 4-mana spell. This is where you want to be for sure. And here, okay, there's a Jaded Analyst, 2 mana, 3/2 defender. I'm not too worried about that. Living Conundrum number 2 is interesting. I guess I'm not going to wheel the first one, but you know what? I'll take this now because I don't think trying to splash blood spatter analysis is that interesting. I'll just take this. If I don't end up playing it, that's fine. So 5 mana, look at the top 4, 2 in your hand, 2 in the graveyard, you lose 2 life, then you can pay 2, tap it, collect evidence 3, and they lose 3 life unless they discard a card or sack a creature. I don't think that card's very good. I'll take a Crocodile. Crocodile is is fine for sure. Oh, another Reasonable Doubt. Yeah, I'll take that. I think that card is strong. And, oh, a Bubble Smuggler. We'll take that too. Okay. And we'll just take whatever that white card is. So, ignoring the Living Conundrum for now, we have a really good start to just a blue-black control deck is what it looks like. And got a lot of detectives. We have currently 4 detectives and a build-around. Well, Projector Inspector is just a good card. I wouldn't quite consider it a build-around. Put a Gravestone Strider in the graveyard. It's just a card that I think is going to be good in most blue decks. And it does pay you for detectives, but you don't need to go out of your way to get a bunch. All right, so our rare here is good, but can't take a double red card here, of course. Lamplight Phoenix. There's a Curiosity, which isn't that good. Mistway Spy, though, is. 1 mana, 1/1 flying, but mostly it's that it has Disguise, and when you turn it face up, until end of turn, whenever one of your creatures deals damage to the opposing player, you investigate. So you could get 2 or 3 clues out of that. Plus, with a Massacre Girl, they're not really blocking your creatures that much. So I think Mistway Spy is going to be better than Out Cold or Hotshot Investigators or Deduce, though I would take any of those on the wheel. Okay, Relive the Past. Yeah, that brings back a bunch of stuff. Soul Innervation. So it's a 4 mana 4/4 flash that gives a creature -4/-4 until end of turn. So it's just a kill spell. And then whenever one or more of your creature cards leave your graveyard, you drain them for 1. So I don't have anything. I have Gravestone Strider in my sideboard, and that's about it right now. Oh, if I collect evidence, it works too. Yeah, I'll probably take 4 mana kill spell over Fairy Snoop. I do like this card. 3 mana, 1/4 flyer, but as Disguise, when you turn it face up, you get to basically look at the top 2 and draw a card. But I think just taking a removal spell, especially an instant speed one, is going to be nice. Burden of Proof. Flash gives one of your detectives +2/+2, or makes one of their creatures a 1/1 base power and toughness and can't even block detectives. Or just take Slice from the Shadows. Probably just take Slice from the Shadows. I don't think I'm getting in tons of combat here, so let's just take the removal spell. Though I could also take Sanguine Savior and flip this. 2/1 flying lifelink, give something else lifelink, but it seems like I'll just be happy with removal. Oh, now we've got Surveillance Monitor. 4 mana, 3/3. When it enters the battlefield, you can collect evidence 4, and whenever you collect evidence, you make a 1/1 flyer, or 2 mana, 1/3 flyer that you could exile from your graveyard to make 2 bats. I think I like the Surveillance Monitor. I have enough 2-drops that I'm not feeling the lack of that. And like having a bunch of spells in your deck that go to the graveyard and then just casting this seems really good. Basilica Stalker, also I wouldn't mind, but definitely not better than that. Oh, and then there's this. Coerce to Kill is an enchantment for 5 mana that steals their creature, so you know it's busted. It makes it a 1/1, but it has Death Touch still, so that is just completely fine. We'll take Coerce to Kill, and that'll be one of our expensive cards. This Living Conundrum's not looking very good. Another Soul Innervation, or a Murder. I kind of want to just take second Soul Innervation and just pick up a couple more Collect Evidence cards. It feels like you could get really good a stew going there. And losing Murder could be bad, but I feel like this is close enough, and then having those two is nice. Oh, this is a sick combo. We figured it out. Whenever one of their creatures dies, if their toughness is less than 1, you draw a card, and you have 2 of these that give -4/-4, so they just draw you a card when it dies. Awesome. All right, this is 3 mana, 3/2 Advisor. When it attacks, draw and discard, and it can't be blocked as long as you sacked a clue. I don't have a lot of clues, but a 3 mana, 3/2 Attack Looter isn't bad. I don't need this 2-drop. I don't need another Extract. Actually, Extract a Confession looks pretty good in this deck. I have a Projector Inspector, and I'll probably be able to pick up 1 more. Those will be my looters. Though I don't mind Out Cold. Tap 2 creatures and put a stun counter on each of them and get a clue. I still can't get over the weirdness of seeing 2 of the same card in a pack, but I guess that's the world we're living in now. Another Out Cold, or a Deduce, or Curiosity. We're not a Curiosity deck, though we do have the Mistway Spy. I'm kind of thinking I'd just take Deduce here, just to put more cards in my graveyard. I mean, they both put cards in your graveyard, I guess, but this is cheap. I already have a bunch of 4s. Also, leaving up Reasonable Doubt, and then if they don't cast anything, casting Deduce is a pretty nice combo. All right, I'll take another one. I'm not opposed to playing a couple of these things. I feel like we're in pretty good shape here. And then Macabre Reconstruction. Get 2 creatures back from your graveyard. Or 5 mana 4/5 that sacks an artifact to draw a card. I'll take the Criminologists because it's burly. Oh, Basilica Stalker, sure. Maybe I'll play this. I probably won't play Toxin Analysis. All right, well, this is going really well. Oh, and we opened a nice rare. 3 mana 3/2 sorry, it's a 3-mana equipment, but when it enters the battlefield, you disguise the top card of your deck. You cloak it in this actual cloak. Comes off the top, and now it's a 2/2 with Ward 2. Gets +1/+1, so it can't be blocked. So it's a 3-mana 3/2 can't be blocked. It has no equip cost, so you actually can't equip this card, but you can pay 2 to bounce it and then replay it and do the same thing. I actually like Curious Cadaver quite a bit as well. 4-mana 3/1 flyer. When you sack a clue, return it, and I have a bunch of clues, but Cryptic Coat is definitely the card I want. And then there's an Illicit Masquerade. Basically what you do is you cast this, it has flash, and then you could count on all your creatures, and when one of those creatures dies, you exile it, and you put another creature directly into play from your graveyard. But that's a lot of setup costs. You have to have a bunch of creatures in play, a bunch in your graveyard. I'm just going to take 2-mana 1/3 flyer that also, when you exile it from your graveyard, trigger both Soul Innervations. Seems like a good plan to me. This pack's a bit of a miss here. Let's see. And I guess I'll take Shady Informant because that's the best one to flip up. Yeah, I'm not really into much out of that pack. Okay, doesn't add up. Return a target creature from your graveyard to the battlefield as a suspect. It's good with Massacre Girl, but I think I'll just take Fairy Snoop. This card's pretty nice. Just a nice little flyer here. Don't really want Public Thoroughfare. I'll take Alley Assailant. Again, that's another one I'm not that stoked about. I've got to cut. Basically, I've got to end up with a bunch of morphs, and I'll cut some of them. Although I will keep taking Fairy Snoops, though. I think I like that card. I guess I would play one of the Double Raise Dead if I could get one. Yeah, there's Macabre Reconstruction. I already have 2 Extracted Confessions. Yeah, I'll take one of these, I think. It feels like with all the surveilling I'm doing, casting that could be nice. And yeah, basically of Basilica Stalker, Alley Assailant, Undercutter, Crocodile, Shady Informant, I'm going to cut like 2 of those. And probably just try to keep all the cheap cards here. Maybe the Criminologists. We'll see. Oh, Curious Cadaver came back. That's a gift. All right, we're going to slam that. And we'll take a Bubble Smuggler as well. And we're at a lot of cards here, but that just means we can cut all the bad ones. I mean, I like all the deduces and stuff with this Curious Cadaver. That's a really nice one. I'll take No More Lies. No more lies. None. 2 Bubble Smugglers. Yeah, let's just cut all these kind of crappy flip cards and keep the good ones. Though actually, is Bubble Smuggler better? So 6 mana, 6/5 versus one of those. I don't know. I'm not sure about that yet. Oh, look, there's another one. A 6 mana flip one. I also do have the Living Conundrum where... Oh, I'll just take the rare because I'm not playing 2 Benthic Criminologists. In fact, I don't know that I'm even playing 1. Given that I've got to cut 4 more cards here. All right, let's get to deck building. This deck's got a lot of action. Okay, so 17 land sounds great. Cut Benthic Criminologists on my first look here. I mean, I like all these 2-drops are so good. I mean, Bubble Smugglers may be the worst. How many creatures do I have right now? This is 12. I guess I do have to figure out like how am I going to kill them, but I think I've got enough ways to kill them. How many ways do I have to like draw cards or mill myself? I've got 2 cycle. These don't do anything. Surveil 2 and draw. Basically Surveil 2. Looter. This takes cards off the top. Clue. And then this might draw cards. I'm just wondering if I should play Living Conundrum. It's a 2/5 hexproof for 5, but it has this backup plan of like if you deck yourself, you just get a 10/10 with Vigilance and Flying. So maybe I do play the Living Conundrum as just like, let's have this somewhere in my deck so that if the game goes super long, I don't have to worry about getting decked, and I just don't play the Bubble Smugglers. And the Mistway Spy I still think is fine. I've got a bunch of like little idiots who the Mistway Spy could enable. The one thing is Massacre Girl does reward you for having creatures, so I have to think that. Maybe I have to cut Out Cold. Because it's that or cut a Deduce, I think. I think I'd rather cut the Out Cold. I think Projector Inspector is pretty good. I've got probably, 8 detectives. So, yeah, getting to loot a bunch, discard this to loot, and then you sack a clue to get it back. That's pretty good. You get to get yourself down to Living Conundrum territory. I have a lot of removal, right? 2 Solar Innovations, Slice from the Shadows, Coerced. Extracted Confession actually I think works nicely with having a lot of removal because you can kill their bad creatures and then extract their good ones. Gotta cut one card. Maybe it is the stupid Mistway Spy, and that would leave me with 10 creatures. Yeah, I mean, that's still fine. Or I could just not play the Living Conundrum. Will I need this card to close out games is kind of my question here. Probably not, honestly. How about this? I'm going to start like this, and then I'm going to play, and I'm going to see if I am wanting the Living Conundrum, because I feel like the double Raise Dead is going to be a pretty good way to close out games. And the 2 copies of the enchantment, the Enervation or whatever, that drains them for 1 when something leaves my graveyard, those are probably worth a couple damage each, which I feel like that is not a bad place to be. All right, opponent goes first. Yeah, I mean, no blue here, but I'll keep this hand. Turn 2, I still have a Leering Onlooker to play, and then Enervation on 4. Oh, then this is a 3-drop. It's a disguise card, even though I can't quite use it yet. If I draw an island, though, I'm not playing the Onlooker. I'm just going island, go. So, Case of the Shattered Pact. So 2 mana, colorless, and you go get a basic and put it in your hand. And then if you have all 5 colors of creatures in play, it flips and does some good stuff. But, okay, well, Swamp was not a great draw, but I still have 2-drop, 3-drop into Massacre Girl or Soul Enervation, which is definitely not bad. Okay, search for a basic and put it into play, and then investigate. Wow, they're on all the colors here. All right, and I'm on just 1. Definitely outnumbered. Let's see. Oh, there's all 5. 2 mana, 1/3, and when you turn a face down creature face up, you put a +1/+1 counter on both. Well, now I drew my island. I think I'm just gonna kill the 1/3 and then send, because I feel like trading is fine for me. They have all 5 colors of mana. This could be anything. Yeah, it just didn't feel like they were going to block there. They're going to flip up something big. No, Gleaming Geardrake. So they have a clue from the card before. They make another one. And then... Okay, and this suspects a creature you control, and this now is suspected. So when they sack a clue, this is going to get a +1/+1, and then... Yeah, I mean, they're just playing 5 colors of cards, it looks like. That plays, I suppose. Okay. Well, I am... See, if I play Massacre Girl, they can spend 5 mana to sack this to kill it. Otherwise, what am I doing? I'm keeping mana up for this or Deduces, but I can only do one of those things. I'm not loving any of my options, to be honest, but I think I just play Massacre Girl. I have a way to get Massacre Girl back at some point, and I feel like this thing is pretty good already. Oh my god, this is the worst of all worlds. They got to flip it up, get value, and then sacrifice it. I don't like it. I'm going to lose this game, I think. Not having blue when they rock it up to 5 is kind of awkward, but oh, they didn't use the Runebrand Juggler. Okay. I'm pretty surprised by that, but all right, now I'm going to double block the Gadget Technician. I mean, I don't know what's going on here, but I feel like we might actually be stealing something. We'll see what they do. Hopefully they don't kill Massacre Girl. They can trade their Gadget Technician for my face-down creature, but it's not like Exit Specialist is that crazy good here. It would be nice to keep it, I guess. What do you got? You got something? Or, I mean, I hope not. And if the Leering Onlooker dies, so be it. All right, so they traded for the Leering Onlooker, and I get to draw a card off Massacre Girl, and now I have this in my graveyard to make bats. I don't know what their options were, but that play looked horrendous. So, yeah, I guess I'll take it. I mean, is it bad to attack for a bunch? Basically, do I want to trade 2? No, let's just attack for 4 here. Exile target attacking creature? No. No, I don't think so. Oh yeah, and I'll suspect. I'll make Massacre Girl a suspect because I don't mind not blocking. I kind of want her to be attacking, and giving Menaced and Death Touch or a Wither is pretty nice. All right, I'll pass, and I can Leering Onlooker and even get to drain them for 1 when I do that. This makes 2 bats. They're tapped. Otherwise, this would be sorcery speed, I guess. But, all right, Rakish Scoundrel. So they're hard casting a 4-mana 3/3 and making something indestructible. Okay, that's indestructible. I also couldn't block it, so not too worried. Well, now I'll block the Juggler. All right, getting hit for 4 here, and then end of their turn, I'll make some bats and even drain them for 1. Nice little bit of value. Okay, draw. Island would be good. Oh, Macabre Reconstruction is not looking particularly good, but it might be good at some point here. What if I attack with... Actually, I'm going to cast Deduce first because I really want to draw a blue. And I get to draw two draws off for blue. All right. We didn't need it. And now let's attack with these 2. And keep back my Exit Specialist. Oh, you're going to double block. Okay. Let's turn this face up. Let's bounce that thing. Oh, if they have another trick, that would be unfortunate. All right, they don't, is what it looks like. And then I get to draw another card off Massacre Girl. Massacre Girl's really good. Just making every creature combat into an advantage is pretty sick. Oh, they get to sack that? Okay. Yeah, it's day 1 of the new set. That's all I'm going to say. Because that they could have just sacked their other thing. And that would have worked out a lot better. All right, let's just pass. Drag the Canal is going to be good here. This card will be on at some point, trust me. This is a clue. Yeah, the clue land. Scene of the Crime is cool. And they play Rakish Scoundrel again. The other thing is the Gleaming Drake, it's got indestructible, but I can just chump it with this bat, and then it still gets a -1/-1 counter, thanks to Massacre Girl. So can kind of shrink that over time. So it saves me a lot of damage to chump now, and now it's a 4-turn clock instead of a 3-turn clock. So it's actually bought me an extra turn on top of the turn I got by chumping. All right, I'm going to crack this clue to draw a card, though. Mistway Spy. Oh, I can make a lot of clues this turn. All right. Let's tap. Let's play this face down and see what they've got here. Let's attack. Attack with these 2, I think. If they have another way to kill an attacker, Lightning Helix on that. Okay. And I don't need to flip the Mistway Spy up, I don't think. Take 4, but I will play Drag the Canal, because this is on. Yeah, they killed my thing. Surveil. Oh, Extract a Confession looks good. So does Fairy Snoop. Honestly, both these cards are very good. Pass the turn. And now this is where I think my deck really is going to be great. I have like a lot of ways to draw cards and a lot of ways to get value. Like, wow, they have a lot of Lightning Helixes. I mean, they have a good 5-color deck. They're also pretty close. If they play a white creature, they get to give a creature flying, double strike, and vigilance. But next turn, they're going to lose one of their creatures. So I'm not too worried. Demand answers. Sacking their clue. Draw 2. They can hit me down. They can't play a white creature this turn, most likely. And then they can hit me down to 10. Oh, they're attacking. This is the Mistway Spy. You know what? We're just going to double block here because, yeah, it's kind of a 2-for-1 in that, I'm trading 2 of my creatures for one of theirs, but I'm just going to get to draw a card off Massacre Girl. And I also have Extract a Confession here, so I can now kill the Gleaming Geardrake without even collecting evidence, which is nice. All right, let's crack the clue. Draw the Fairy Snoop. Projector Inspector. Send with Massacre Girl. They're at 8, and yeah, they're pretty dead. All right, let's cast this. Oh, I like the little evidence animation. I guess this goes badly if they have instant speed token making, but I don't think I need to play around that right here. And then I have 6 mana left. Oh. No, that wasn't a good play. Wait, what just happened? They chose up to 1 target spell, but they didn't choose to target my spell. Well, I could have paid the 6 anyway. You know what? I'm kind of curious what would have happened if I did pay the 6. So let's assume I'm tapped out and I paid the 6 and they didn't misclick. I feel already like I should have lost this, but I want to try to I'll try to make it a little more fair. Whatever. All right. So I won't use my mana this turn. And then now hit. They go down to 4. Let's go Projector, Inspector. I've gotten through a lot of my deck, but I don't feel like I needed the Living Conundrum. I can just discard Deduce. I don't think I'm too concerned about that. And what did I exile? Oh, Plains. Yeah, I'll draw and discard. Oh, yeah, I'll definitely keep Slice from the Shadows. They're at 4. Let's play this face down, pass the turn. I'm not that worried about a Wrath, and I'm not that worried about them. They're 2-1 killing me here. So, another one. I mean, the card is good. They are dead now, so I just get to kill one and attack with Massacre Girl. Well, that was a hell of a first game, but I like how this deck played out, and let's keep going. All right, I'm on the draw. Yeah, I am going to keep this. I would really like a Reasonable Doubt instead of just all these Deduces. I kind of want to draw one of each. But I can just play a Projector on turn 3 or a Fairy Snoop. They played a 2-1. Okay. On the draw, when you don't have a 2 and they have a 2, it can be a little bit dicey, but we'll see how this plays out. I guess if they pump this, then I'm not too worried, but I don't think that's going to be the play most of the time. I assume they're just going to play a Disguise Creature here. Oh, another one. All right, well, that kind of makes me want to just play a face-up Fairy Snoop. I think, in fact, I will. It's a 1/4 flyer, blocks both their things. I don't really need to get the cards from Fairy Snoop because I have a Deduce in hand and a Clue in play. And then if they have a kill spell, they can kill it, attack me for 4, and then I'll play Massacre Girl and kind of hope that that's good. Oh, Slice from the Shadows Massacre Girl? She's even on the card? That's a nice combo. Look at that. I have 3 different kill spells that draw me a card with Massacre Girl in play. Yeah, I mean, I would say that Mythics are good, and this one is particularly good. All right, it's Suspected. I can't block it, sure. And a black-white Surveil land. Good mana, good mana. Let's... Oh, there's the Soul Innervation I was looking for. But let's start with Massacre Girl. Pass the turn. Definitely not attacking with the Fairy Snoop. I think it would be crazy too, because A, it means I can block a Menace Repeat Offender, and B, it means I can block a second one, because if I attack, they can just menace this up and attack me for 4. Not that that's even that good, but, you know, it would be annoying. If they kill Massacre Girl, I'll be kind of sad, because, yeah, I was hoping to get some more value out of that. That's okay, though. I have a way to bring it back. And I have, I've got some good stuff to do. Let's go face down this, pass with Slice from the Shadows up, and we'll see what they do. If they try to pump the Repeat Offender, then I get to slice it in response. And if I don't have to use Slice, I'll crack my Clue or I'll cast Deduce. I'm just going to take the damage here. I could have double blocked, but I don't really want to trade the Fairy for that thing. I don't really want to either. I don't want to kill it either unless I have to. And that's not even a sorcery speed ability. That's pretty funny. And end of turn, I think it's better to sack the Clue than cast. No, I guess casting Deduce is better because I draw a card and then I have a Clue in play as opposed to just drawing a card. I guess I don't have a card to discard to a Looter though. But I don't know that I really want to discard Deduce to a Looter anyway. So let's just Deduce. Drop a Deduce, as it were. Let's see if they have... Do they have a way to do something, or are they just thinking of pumping their Repeat Offenders? It's also like not clear which one they want to activate. And next turn, I'm going to block with 2 Fairy Snoops. It's going to be great. All right, land? No. Where's my land? Honestly, I think I just turned this face up because I would like to find a land. My hand is so chunky that finding a land is really important. All right, I guess I'll take an island, play a land, and I think I'm just going to pass the turn here with 2 fairy snoops up and a slice from the shadows. Sure. And now if they kill one of my fairy snoops, I'll just kill one of their repeat offenders this turn. 2 snoops versus 2 offenders. I mean, detectives versus assassins. Dual decks. If you attack, I'll double block. Block, block. And what are you going to do? If they try to pump their repeat offender twice, this turn is going to be such a blowout because they're going to pump. I'm going to let it resolve. I'm going to pump again, and then I'm going to slice it from the shadows. They lost 6 mana and their creature, and I lost 3 mana in my spell. I guess one of those repeat offenders has done 8 damage to me. It has truly been a repeat offender, but I don't think that's a big deal. And I feel like this deck is gaining control quite rapidly. You got to do it again or it doesn't work. All right. X equals 2. Shoop. And done. I will take my 2. Now I drew a land, so now let's go Projector Inspector. Draw. Now I can discard a land. I'm really not that concerned. Crack my clue. All right, hit my land drop, and I'll just keep those back to block. I also don't really want to extract a confession, their repeat offender. If they want to attack and trade for my Projector Inspector, I think that's fine. Because I can just cast Macabre Reconstruction, and I only have 1 creature in the graveyard, so I think trading that off would be pretty nice. Rakdos, Patron of Chaos. Okay. Beginning of your end step, your target opponent may sack 2 permanents, or you draw 2 cards. Yikes. Well, let me crack this non-token permanents even. Non-land, non-token. All right, let's draw a card. Yeah, I guess I will sacrifice my 2 fairy snoops. That's fine. And I'm going to go... So this is put into your graveyard, huh? I have a lot of mana. Let's go Soul Enervation. -4/-4. Extract a Confession. I'm not gonna pay the costs. I feel like, yeah, I could exile like 1 fairy snoop to drain for 1, but I've got more evidence collecting in my future here. All right, Rakdos down. All right, Rakdos is good. It killed 2 of my creatures. It was a 3-for-1, but I actually still think I'm doing fine here. I've got another removal spell in hand. Ooh, I even have a land to exile to that. And I've got a double Raise Dead that's going to get back Massacre Girl and a card that draws me a card. So what is this? Oh, sure. That's not bad. Let's go Soul Enervation, kill the Vigilante, attack with the Projector. They took it, and then now let's go Drag the Canal, since a creature died this turn, and I'll put Exit Specialist in the graveyard because now I can cast Macabre Reconstruction for just 2 mana. I'll decline to draw because there's no reason to do that. And then I'll get back Massacre Girl and Fairy Snoop, I think. And then when I do that, both my Soul Enervations trigger. Boom, boom. Nice. This deck's humming along. If this kind of deck is good, I'm going to be really happy. Like, this format is going to be one that I enjoy if this is the sort of thing that I can get into. And this is the first time I drafted blue-black, and it's been working nicely. Yeah, I'm at 14. No, I'll take it. I don't need to block. With Massacre Girl out, I don't really want to trade creatures. Also, I'm going to start collecting so much evidence. Oh, Treacherous Greed. Oh, sick. Okay. That's one to think about for sure. They had to hit me to play this card, or hit one of my creatures and had it survive. But either way, it's not trivial. Okay, and they played some 2/4s. I think we're still doing just fine here. Let's go Massacre Girl. And now we have Wither, so they don't even get to... This isn't a freebie. I mean, the creature doesn't die, but it goes to a 0/1. And then I go Surveillance Monitor, and then Collect Evidence. So, yeah, I will draw and discard. That's fine. All right. And Collect Evidence 4. So, but I do want to exile a creature, so I guess I'll exile Fairy Snoop and Deduce. And then I get a Thopter and another ping for 2 here. Yeah, Soul Innervation looks great to me. You don't need, it's 4 mana to give -4/-4. You don't need much more past that. These have both triggered twice so far. Getting 1 trigger off it is already like gravy, and getting 2 or 3 is just a really sick card. And it works when you do Raised Deads, when you collect evidence, if there's any other thing that exiles from your graveyard. What is this? Aurelia's Vindicator. Okay. Okay, I could definitely lose this. They're exiling all my creatures. Yeah, that's pretty good. Now they have a 4/2 thingamajig. All right, let's see. I have 8 mana. This is a 4/2 Flying Lifelink Ward. I mean, this can block it, though they can tap it with the wall. Let's see. I think... Do I crack a Clue? Do I Fairy Snoop? I'm looking for Collect Evidence. Let's just do Curious Cadaver and Fairy Snoop, and then they'll tap the Cadaver probably and hit me down to 3. But then next turn I get to look at a bunch of cards. Yeah, I mean, I can lose to a Mythic Rare that they spent 8 mana on. Yeah, that is a thing. So basically I get all these cards back in my hand when this thing leaves the battlefield. Oh, they should definitely have exiled their Rakdos. That's a crazy play to make. Because now if I dealt with that, they would get their Rakdos back in their hand. All right, and they get to investigate. They could have not gotten every single one of my creatures, I think would have been fine. Okay. Oh, this has a stun counter on it. Oh, interesting. But now this can block. All right, well, let's sack this first. All I need to find is my next Extract a Confession. And then we're fine. Let's flip this up. Cryptic Coat. Yeah. All right. Well, we're not looking great now. They have 1 card in hand. I think I'm just going to play Cryptic Coat. I don't think it makes sense to play Unscrupulous Agent here because they can just draw a card. They have 1 card in hand. If it's bad, they'll just exile it. And if it's good, they'll draw a card and exile the other one. If they didn't have the Clue in play, I would have been a little bit more amenable to doing that. Okay, what did we... Oh, no. That's another card we were looking for. All right, let's play a land and pass. And if it's a creature, you can turn it face up. So now their wall doesn't untap, but I get to chump with Fairy Snoop. I mean, if they have anything, I lose, but that's fine. Slice from the Shadows. Yeah, no, I lose to the Vindicator. They played a 4/2 Flying Vigilance that killed 5 of my creatures. They did play it quite badly, I think. Like, not exiling Rakdos is crazy, but, you know, that was a way to lose. I still felt like this deck was performing quite well. So I was happy with basically that game until that last part. And I had a bunch of looks at either the Control Magic or Extract a Confession. So, and that was after the Rakdos. So I was going to beat the first Mythic Rare and almost beat the second. They're on the play. Oh, yeah, this is a great hand. I feel like this deck can still get to 7 dubs, but we'll see. We'll see. I don't know if the strategy is good. Drawing reasonable doubts in the middle of the game is not like the most exciting thing in the world. Massacre Girl's very good too. I have my own Mythic, you see. It's a good one too. If Massacre Girl survives you, it feels like you generally just win. 1/3 Battalion. Yeah, let's go Leering Onlooker, because that's a nice little blocker. And then next turn, I probably just face down a Fairy Snoop. Well, it kind of depends what they play. Maybe I face down Exit Specialist, but this untaps things, sure. Snoop or Specialist? That's not clear to me. I think I'm going to do this. I don't think I want to use the Specialist till later. I will pass. I guess I could attack for 1. Then they could attack back for 1. Yeah, but they're probably going to use the Researcher to untap a land. Though I guess in this case, I would have just traded 1 for 1, so that's fine. All right, let's slam Massacre Girl. Pass the turn. Now I'm leaving back Leering Onlooker because if they kill Massacre Girl, I don't really want to. I want to have an extra blocker. So 3/2 flying, and when you turn face up, yeah, you can tap or untap. Oh, that's not bad either. Let's go. I can attack with Massacre Girl, and what are their blocks? They can block. They can like triple block here. But if I have anything, it just completely demolishes them. And I've got the fairy. Let's just attack with Massacre Girl. I really doubt they're gonna make a big block here, and if they do, then I get to at least draw a card, and I have ways to get Massacre Girl back. Though maybe I wanted to play Exit Specialist face down first. I'm not sure. Okay, block like that. All right, well, I'll assign 2 to the Granite Witness then. Okay, and I draw a card. And that thing's now a -1/1. All right, I didn't really think they were going to block, but yeah, I'll take it, I suppose. Play this. See what I attach to it. Deduce, and then get a card out of their hand. All right. Maybe a little greedy there. Maybe just a little. I guess part of it is like, I don't think I would have made that block, so I kind of assumed they weren't going to, but oh, well, this card would have been really bad for me later, so they must have good stuff. Well, I already have Polygraph Orb, I guess. And a draw 2. I mean, I guess that was probably pretty good, but I feel like we're doing great now, because now I'm just going to, let's see, bash with this and this. Take 4. This is unblockable. You cannot be blocking it. And then I'm going to play Curious Cadaver and leave up Reasonable Doubt. And at some point I'll flip up this Fairy Snoop, but it just hasn't quite happened yet. Got to remember though, this can untap a permanent, so if they play something and have 1 land up plus this up, I can't Reasonable Doubt it. Also, what do I want to suspect? Probably the Curious Cadaver is my guess. Pretty hard to block a 3/1 Flying Menace. Though Curious Cadaver also does like to block, given that I have ways to make clues. I suppose I don't have any at this very moment. And this costs how much to use? 2? Yeah, this card really does not seem good to me. I mean, I guess if the format's slow enough, Polygraph Orb could be good, but I don't know that the format is, so. Slice from the Shadows on this. Okay. And they paid the ward again. It's just like, all right. And then Wrench. Sure, I'm not going to counter that. I don't care. It's an expensive card to use, and I can use Cryptic Coat, get this back. Cryptic Coat is a really good card. And make another 3/2 unblockable. Oh, Coerce to Kill. I could steal something? Well, I mean, I might at some point do that. Do I want to keep up Reasonable Doubt? I actually don't really want to keep it up anymore, so let's just flip up this Fairy Snoop Dogg here. Yeah, I'll take the Deduce. That's fine. Play Cryptic Coat. See what we... Ooh, a Projector Inspector. I could even flip it up. And bash for 5. Put them to 9. They don't really have a great attack back. And then next turn, I have 8 points of unblockable damage right now. What are they flipping? The Defenestrated Phantom. It's a 4/3 flyer. Now it's got a Wrench on it. And they're going to attack me for 5? Oh, with Vigilance. The Wrench gives you Vigilance. Nice. And it costs 3 tap to tap a creature. That is not cheap. All right, now I'm just going to go land, steal the Phantom. It's now a 1/1 while 2/2 because of that. I guess no reason to attack the 1/1 on the ground. All right, whew, got that one. And on to the next. All right, time for round 4. I'm on the play. Not the most exciting hand in the world, but I like Fairy Snoop. And Slice is a nice removal spell. And then Fairy Snoop could maybe set up Macabre Reconstruction if I see some more creatures. Okay. Oh, exit specialist. Let's go to Snoop first because I'm going to want to flip this one up ASAP. Oh no, they have the kill a creature can't be countered card. That would be unfortunate because I don't want my fairy Snoop to die. All right, it's 3 swamps so far. The swamp that looks like a mountain and shouldn't have been printed with that color palette. Yep, that's what it is. Oh, Cryptic Coat. I'm just not going to offer the trade. The reason I'm not offering the trade is that, let's see, first of all, what do you get? Soul Innervation? They're on triple black. I feel like they would just block because they're not going to flip theirs up, and I'm going to flip mine up, relatively soon. And next turn, I mean, they have at least presented with their land so far that they're kind of mana screwed, and they haven't even played a land this turn, so I could definitely see. Yeah, I'll take it. Not too concerned. Okay. They have land plus another play, or they're just going to play another disguised creature. Who knows? Damage doesn't stack anymore. That's a throwback. Otherwise, you could have let damage happen and then do that. Oh, they're slicing that. Oh, man, people really like to kill the Cryptic Coat cards, but that's just not that good because this is an actual disguised creature. You don't really know whether Cryptic Coat is or not. Take 2. I'm just going to replay this, I think. Just get max value from the Cryptic Coat. This card is really messed up. What did we hit? Oh, we hit a Fairy Snoop. Nice. So we can actually turn it face up to get value. That's sick. So far, we've gotten a nice 2-for-1 off Cryptic Coat. Well, I guess technically a 1-for-0. They're on 4 swamps now. But I don't think that's going to be good. Clandestine Meddler. So it's a 3-mana, 3-2. You can suspect this, and then when it attacks, they get to surveil 1. Yeah, they can try to find their mana, since they are certainly lacking. All right, they found their next color, I would assume. Let's see what I hit. A land would be good. Oh, Masker Girl is also pretty good. Yeah, let's just slam Masker Girl then. I was considering flipping a fairy and then looking for another land and then getting to play like an exit specialist, but Masker Girl lets me attack into their Clandestine Meddler, and if they trade, then I get to draw a card. So I'll take that. Oh, are they gonna? There's a 1-mana trick, I guess. All right, well, I get to draw a card, so I could hit my land drop anyway. Oh, and if I hit my land drop, I could. No, I don't really want a Macabre Reconstruction. Tragic Slip. Oh. They had to wait for it to die. All right. Well, now if I hit my land, oh, that's so sick. They did not play it at the right timing because now I get 2 mana, 2-for-1. They were going to be in trouble either way. And it's reasonable to do it in response because if I drew a land and had a counterspell up, that would be really bad for them. But boy, did that turn work out well for me. I traded a Macabre Reconstruction for their 2 creatures and I drew a card. Though I guess 2 of my creatures went back into my hand from in play. Sample Collector into Unscrupulous Agent. Let's get the Fairy Snoop out of here. My hand's so good and I have one in play. So they get to hit me for 2. I have now 7 mana. So I think I'm going to go Masker Girl and then Slice from the Shadows this thing. Can't pay, won't pay. Draw a card. Hit their own Fairy Snoop, then attack unblockable for 3. Masker Girl, what a card. And now maybe they kill the Masker Girl and I still have a control magic and an exit specialist. And by the way, if the game goes long, I'm just going to start using Cryptic Coat every turn. You can do it with the creature still in play. It's not like this dies if the coat leaves. So it's pretty disgusting. Okay, they have a face-down creature and another face-down creature. Sure. 8 mana. Let's play this face-down. Let's attack with Masker Girl and the coat. If they triple block, I'll bounce 1 and then Masker Girl, or I won't even need to bounce anything. If they triple block, I'll just kill a bunch of their face-down creatures. I think I'm fine with that. And I think this turn, instead of playing Coerce to Kill, I just Surveillance Monitor, because Feels like that's good value. If they just double block with a 2-3 and a 2-2, then I can bounce and then hit. Oh, they're just going to go to 5. All right, let's put 2 creatures into play then. Let's get Soul Innervation out of here and make a 1/1. I mean, they're at 5 against Cryptic Coat and Massacre Girl in a Thopter token. I even have a control magic in hand. Another Clandestine Meddler. That's just not even going to come close to doing it. But I guess if you want to take some more game actions, you're allowed to take game actions. So I get to Surveil 1 and then collect the evidence. Look at that Mondo combo. Exile that. Rot Farm Mortipede, huh? And then that becomes a 3/4. And I could block it, but I just don't think I have a good reason to do that. I mean, they have to make it a 3/4. Yeah, that's fine. And then on my turn, drag the canal. Nice. Well, I am going to say to Specialist, I'm going to send with everything and see what they do. They're taking 4, so they have to block all 3 of those creatures, which I guess they can double block Massacre Girl and single block everything else. Oh, could I have bounced? Oh, yeah, I could have bounced before. I guess I could have bounced and stolen before. Oh, but I would have to leave the morphs alone and have to steal or bounce the Unscrupulous Agent. Let's just do this. Yeah, because I also have to chump the Surveillance Monitor. Yeah, this is just going to be really brutal for them. Let's flip Exit Specialist, bounce the Clandestine Meddler, and then they go to 1. All their creatures die. One of my creatures dies, and then I draw 3 cards off Massacre Girl. Yikes. I'm at 11. It doesn't matter. Let's collect evidence here. And that way I get to make a Thopter. Let's extract a Confession, and let's just pass. They don't need to play anything else. They're at 1. I have 5 creatures in play. It would be crazy to add more to the board. Plus, I have an end of turn 2/2. This card has been on every single game I've drawn it, by the way. I mean, I know that this deck lends itself to it, but still. Look, if you want to take all the game actions you can, it's just definitely your right to do so. All right. That's another dub. I forget how many wins we have, but I think we're doing pretty well. We just lost to the Aurelia's Vindicator thing. And where are we at? 4-1? 3-1? I think it's 3-1. Yep, 3-1. Let's get back in the queue. Battle more. All right. Battling against Borborygmos and Fibblethip. The both of them. I'm on the play. Oh, wow. The first time I have Reasonable Doubt. The funny thing is, it's actually a little better on the draw because it counters their 3-drop instead of their 2-drop. But I will still counter a 2-drop. And if I don't, then they don't play anything. Then I'll just play a 3 on my turn. And I don't know. My hand's kind of nice. Let's just play the Morph. Are they going to Reasonable Doubt me? That'd be really funny. Also, what's nice about playing this is there's not much they can do. They're playing white blue, so there's not much removal they could have anyway, but there's just less they can do. Oh, Case File Auditor. Look at the top 6 cards, put an enchantment into your hand. Okay, and they missed. That's seems like one of the things that can do. All right, let's just pass. Actually, I think I should have just extracted a Confession there. That would have been a lot better. Yeah, that would have been stronger. All right, let's. It's fine. We'll do it this way. We'll eat that. They can exile a card out of their graveyard if they want. Now I'm going to extract a Confession. And then, oh, yeah, then I'm just going to do that. So let's go extract a Confession and then drag the Canal. Oh, these are nice. Let's put the Agent into the graveyard, though, because it's more evidence to be collected. And next turn, Got a lot of different options here. I probably don't want to play Projector Inspector when, again, all the cards in my hand are good. Though at this point, the Reasonable Doubt's not looking quite as good. Goblin Mask Maker. Okay. That is acceptable. They're calling a surprise witness. It's the case file auditor. Surely she's found a case by now. No, it would not appear so. They have a flyer. Well, let's just chill here. I'm probably just going to flip up the fairy and cast Reasonable Doubt, or flip up the fairy and crack the clue. Those are both fine ways to use my mana. I did miss a land drop, but that's okay. Elegant Parlor. Not what I think of when I think of Boros. When I think of Boros, I think of Sandy Dog, to be honest. Okay, Plains is out of here. War Leader's Call. Well, that is a good card. Creatures you control get +1/+1, and whenever one of your creatures enters the battlefield, it pings the opponent for 1. All right, well, I'll flip this to block. It's a 2/5 flyer. Let's go flip this Fairy Snoop. Let's put Soul Innervation in hand. I feel like I have a lot of fiddly clue making stuff already, and let's just block there. They're going to pass, and I'm going to crack my clue. Okay, land. I mean, Extract a Confession isn't bad. I don't need to do it this instant. I think I want to, or maybe I do. Let's see. The creatures are kind of bad, but it's not getting much better. I could Soul Innervation and Extract, kill both their creatures. I kind of like setting up, yeah, some good Soul Innervations here. And then, actually, do I Extract or do I wait a turn? I think I actually wait a turn here and get to Surveillance Monitor. I think that's reasonable. So I guess I should maybe, no, actually I like attacking with Fairy Snoop. I'll trade 1 for 2. I'm going to try to drain them out with Soul Innervations here. What I'm going to try to do is go like Extract a Confession, exile these 3, drain you for 2. I don't know, Offender at Large. Oh, I get to counter that? That's sick. And then I'll make my detective into a suspect. He's both a detective and a suspect. I guess a crooked detective. That's fair. So do you want to trade two for 1? Or is that bad? How much evidence do I have? Do I have enough? I don't really have enough to do everything, but it's pretty close. Maybe we just start with Projector Inspector. Draw. Oh. Yeah, I guess plans need to change. Play Cryptic Coat. Cryptic Coat is a real good way to get a bunch of evidence into the graveyard. I've got my combo. I'm setting it up. I'm trying to get to 10 evidence so I can go play this, collect evidence 4, get a Thopter, drain you for 2. Play this, collect evidence 6, get a Thopter, drain you for 2. Like, that's a pretty sick combo. And they've got a 4/3 flyer that pings me. It's actually a 5/4 flyer. All right. So now, do I want to throw away Fairy Snoop to get a Thopter? No, that doesn't really make sense. So let's go. I do want to. Man, I really don't like missing out on the value, though. The value. Did you consider the value? Yeah, I think I just, well, actually, I can stack, hold on, I can stack the triggers. Because now I get to loot first. So if I draw a card that I don't mind discarding, actually deduces exactly that. Now I collect evidence 4, so I want to do 1 creature and 1 spell to trigger Soul Innervations. Then we'll do this with evidence and get creature. So I'm overpaying by 1 in order to exile a creature, which I think is good. Because I don't have that many more ways to collect evidence. And then they have to sack their Phantom. And then I still don't really want to attack with my other dorks. Now they're at 4, and they've got to be super dead now. I've got quite the squad in play. And the Soul Innervations dealt, yeah, they dealt 4 damage, 2 damage each. It's pretty good. And made 2 Thopters. They're killing my Deduce. That's the other thing about Cryptic Coat. Everyone loves to kill the creatures under it. It's just like, yeah, those creatures don't really do anything, but they're mostly not actual creatures, is the thing. It's funny. Do people in Arena, like, I would just concede, yeah, I guess they got there, but if I'm just going to die next turn, I don't generally play through it. All right, we're getting there. Let's keep going. All right, battling against, that's not a moose, Dr. Moose? No, it's a giant dinosaur. Well, 2 swamps, 2 islands, Massacre Girl, keep. Though this hand's also actually fine outside of that, because I get to go turn 2 Deduce, turn 3 Extract to kill their disguised creature, most likely, and then turn 4 Massacre Girl. If they have a 2-drop, obviously that throws things off a little bit. Oh, the Gardener. I don't really want to extract a confession killing the Gardener, I don't think. It was the Gardener who did it. All right, let's just play the Agent. I think getting creatures into play is good with Massacre Girl. I don't even mind Ravenous Ratting them this early, because now what can happen, and this is actually something that comes up a decent amount. Let's say their hand has like a 5-drop and some lands. They have to decide between keeping land or not. And if you're doing it early, means they have less info about how many lands they're going to draw. So it can be good to do it that way. Okay, well, let's play Massacre Girl. Hope she survives. Because if she does, I've got some good moves. There are definitely some good cards that kill her. The Bite card, the +2/+0 and Bite card will do it. Topple the piece, the kill a 4-power creature does it. Another face down card does not do it. More Gardeners. All right, they're just playing straight green-white. You do kind of like to see that. Do I want to attack with Massacre Girl? No, I don't think so. I think I'm just going to play this face down and pass. Massacre Girl is looking like a pretty good blocker right now. If they just took it and attacked me back, I don't think I would love that. All right, they're making a 2/1 flyer. Oh, I'm going to get them good on that card, because I'm going to make my fairy into a 1/4 flyer at some point here. And that's going to be a nice little ambush. Draw. Reasonable Doubt isn't like the best here. Oh, I'm definitely not playing the Leering Onlooker, because let's just pass. There's also kill an attacking creature card. I don't really want my Massacre Girl getting taken out. I guess I could have. I don't think I could have even countered it with Reasonable Doubt there. Well, this is going to be a beating. Let's just take a swamp. I don't think Reasonable Doubt's great here. And I'm drawing cards off Massacre Girl. Oh man, the first Reasonable Doubt could have been good if they played something else this turn. Massacre Girl, once again, just does it all. This I might have actually chosen to mill, though I guess I don't have any clues in the immediate future. What was that? That was a 3-for-1? Because this flipped up and drew a card. It's a card itself. And it killed, no, 4-for-1? And it killed their creature and I drew a card. That was good. Let's attack for 1 and play Curious Cadaver. And I think I'll leave up Reasonable Doubt. I'm probably wasting my mana here, but they could play like a 6-drop or something. And I'm winning by a lot. I don't really need to get this Leering Onlooker into play, I feel like. Each opponent sacrifices a creature with flying. I'll sack the Snoop. Yeah, and maybe they double spell or something. Let's send with the Cadaver here. If they flip a 6/7 reach up, the Hellion, then that would still be fine. And let's play the Leering Onlooker here, leaving up Soul Innervation and Reasonable Doubt. They didn't flip up their face-down creature. Huh. That's interesting. All right, let's go Soul Innervation. And I'm just going to kill a Nervous Gardener, because I even draw a card when I do that. And then I could extract a Confession here to maybe kill the face-down creature if I want to. Let's send... I'm willing to put Massacre Girl into the line of danger because I feel like I have enough to win without it. All right, I'm just going to pass. I'll trade for both of those creatures and draw 2 cards. Vengeful Creeper destroying that. All right, well, play another one. Shrink this to a 1/1. You kill my Soul Innervation, and then I kill both your creatures and draw 2 cards. Yeah, this card is not weak. I'll tell you that much. And then play Cryptic Coat, because this isn't even like putting any resources at risk. Like, it's just free value. So even if they have a Wrath here, I'll just bounce the coat back up. Perimeter Enforcer. It's a good card. 2 mana, 1/1 flying lifelink, and it gets +1/+1 whenever Detective does its thing. I think I'm just going to pull the coat back. I don't really care about this card being unblockable. And let's just send. Sure. And I even draw a card because, again, Massacre Girl. I can extract so many confessions. Let's just play another coat and pass the current turn. And that'll do it. I think that puts us to 5-1 here in striking distance. Also in striking distance of gold. Nice. The start of every set is when I'm most likely to get hit mythic. I'll tell you that much. Midnight Hunt was the set where I just forced blue-black and hit mythic #1 just playing blue-black. I think like 15 times out of 18 drafts or 20 drafts, something like that. It was pretty good. All right. Let's battle here. I'm on the play with a bunch of 2-drops. Oh, I love having tons of 2-drops, especially in a 3-drop format. It's nice. Granted, none of these 2-drops really put you ahead on the board. Oh, why does their 1-drop get to be better than my 2-drop? It's really unfair. But I think I'm just going to deduce now. They have enough cards in their hand. Like, I don't mind playing the Agent early. I think it's just good value either way. Wait, they have to have a second land, right? Yeah. Into 2/2. All right. And the fact that the Agent isn't blocking means I don't really want to do that. I will play the Exit Specialist face down now, though. I felt like just casting Deduce to try to draw a good 4-drop, which I actually kind of ended up doing. It was worth it. And you know what? This card has impressed me. Extract a Confession has been quite good. I feel like that card is the real deal. Okay. 3/2 Detective draw card. All detectives so far. If they have Private Eye, could be tough. I have my own, I suppose. I don't really want to play a 3-drop on this turn. I kind of feel like now is the time to play Agent. Or no, I can loot if I wait on that. Let's just pass with mana up because I can pay 2 to flip this and then cast Deduce. And that seems like a pretty reasonable way to go about things. And if they have like some kind of trick or something, then I can get them pretty nicely. I think I'll probably just trade it for the Projector Inspector and bounce the Market Watch Phantom. But they get the first shot at a trick. Let's Deduce in response, because if I draw Reasonable Doubt, I would cast it. All right. Yep. Their thing has flying. A citizen and a detective. All right. Let's just bounce this. Bounce the Phantom here. Not take damage. All right. Another land. I think we start with Projector Inspector. Why did it tap this way? How could it possibly justify leaving an island up instead of a swamp up with 5 black cards in my hand? Auto tapper's broken. And I can't quite extract for value, so let's just play this, and then we even get to loot here. I assume I'm just hitting whatever. Oh, I hit the Phantom. Okay. That's the worst card in their hand. I don't love it, but we'll have to see what happens here. Hopefully my kill spells do something, but they're a little clunky, though I'm getting to the point where I might be able to go Innervation, collect evidence. Makeshift Binding on my Projector. All right. I mean, do you have good beatdowns? You don't really. I guess the Novice Inspector can certainly get in there. Inside Source cannot, because I can just block with the Agent. Oh, I'll trade here. That's fine. Okay, I go to 16. Draw. Oh, Surveillance Monitor. I do like that. And I get to extract a nice little confession here, or rather collect some evidence here. Let's get just the deduces out. Get my 1/1. I could have sacked a clue first, but I feel like there's no real reason to do that, because if I miss, then my play is a lot worse. And even if I hit, that means my top cards land. Oh, I'll be happy if my top cards land next turn too. It's not like I'm trying to get to 8 mana here. So we'll see what they've got. This looks like a pretty close game. They've played a bunch of good stuff. I feel like I've had some good plays too. Card-wise, let's see. They're at 4 cards in hand, 5 lands, and I'm at 3 cards in hand, 5 lands. We both have 3 creatures in play, but mine are slightly better, and I have 2 clues. Only a little bit better. Oh, never mind. Private Eye. All right. Yeah, that's pretty good. And because they looted, they can make this unblockable, and they discarded a Mythic? Okay. I'm pretty surprised that they did. Okay, so into another Makeshift Binding, sure. Yeah, I mean, I'm going to take some damage here. I don't feel like I'm doing that badly, but it is annoying that their bindings kill my stuff without putting it in the graveyard. Now I kind of want to draw a card, because now I can play the Cryptic Coat if I need to. Though if I draw a land, I will play the Soul Innervation. All right, Cryptic Coat on island. Pass the turn. So they can't attack with Private Eye. If they have another Detective, they can hit for 4 with the Projector, but the Cryptic Coat will also trade for the Novice Inspector. So I do take a little more damage this way, but I do at some point need to hit 6 lands. This turn, because I drew Cryptic Coat and I had a backup play, I thought it was worth cracking the clue, even though I still would have rather cast Soul Innervation. Oh my god, Case of the Pilfered Proof, okay. Well, playing this after you play all your detectives isn't that bad. Though now all their detectives get a +1/+1 counter when they play one, wow. And if you make a token, they would make an extra token plus a clue. Alright, well, I'm going to block here. They might have messed up, because they can't, their case isn't solved now, unless they have another detective. No, they do. They do. Alright. Well, that's unfortunate. Why didn't they play that first? That's... Huh. Odd play. Anyways, let's go... Leering Onlooker and pass. I can't cast Extract the Confession until I get to enough evidence to make it to eat their biggest thing. I need them to not, they have a sick detective deck. I need them to not draw a detective for a turn. The Projector Inspector is really good at that. I'm really shocked they discarded this card. But maybe it doesn't do that much. I guess they don't have that many small creatures with power triggering and all that. They can use Inside Source on something. Sure. Oh, really? You're going to attack with the Projector Inspector? I love that. I love that for me. Let's go Soul Innervation. Okay, they don't have anything. Kill the Private Eye. And then block this like so, I think. I actually want the Leering Onlooker to die. And then I take 3. Oh, wow. Yeah, I'm kind of crushing now, I think. And they played an Escape Tunnel, but that doesn't do much. And then now I have another Soul Innervation, and I can extract. Here, let's go 7 mana. Let's crack a clue first, I guess. Because I'm just going to -4/-4 it. Oh, I guess not, actually. I'm just going to steal it. And it'll now be a 2/2 flyer. And I don't even want to attack. I'll just block the Inside Source. All right, especially with an Escape Tunnel in play. Got to be a little mindful of my life total. Oh, no, you can't attack there. That would be crazy. Okay, Reasonable Doubt wasn't a great draw, but that's okay. We're just going to hit. And I think I want a Leering Onlooker I don't even need to do anything here. I think I just pass. Or actually, I'm just going to Cryptic Coat. This is free real estate. Let's just do that. Because then I can bounce the coat again, end of turn. All right, pass. And where did I hit? An island, sure. The Reasonable Doubt's not doing too much. They have 7 mana in play. Yeah, I think that they were actually like doing fairly well, but they made some trades, which I don't think they really wanted to do. Okay, Crime Stopper Sprite. Stun that. There are things at 3/3. Just don't really have attacks here. Let's bounce the coat. Draw. Yeah, I feel like I can win this game in a variety of ways now. Let's go Soul Innervation. Kill the Crime Stopper Sprite. Just gonna want to do that while they don't have anything in hand. I really don't want to get hit when they have an Escape Tunnel in play. And then Cryptic Code again and hit. Oh, a Curious Cadaver. Nice. And let's hit with these two. And the slow grind begins. I also have a couple ways to start triggering these. This will trigger them. This will trigger them. All right. Oof. Blue Eye Detectives looks good. Excuse me. And they had 2 of the uncommons that go with them, but we managed to stabilize. That gets us to gold. Nice. And I believe that gets us to 6-1, which means now we get to play for the trophy without too much issue here. Okay. Let's do it. The cues are firing. The drafts are good, and this deck is really fun. I'm really enjoying it. They're on the play. Yeah, I go Agent into Slice into Extract, maybe. Thank God they didn't have Novice Inspector. The card is just really good. All right, they're going to have a 2-drop most likely here. Kind of. 1/3 reach is really just not very good, so... That said, I could extract. No, let's just play the agent. The thing is, like, you don't need to part of the reason I love Extract the Confession, I think this card's awesome, is you don't just need to fire it off. I can just save it and it'll be a good spell later. Most edicts I would just fire off there because they're not getting better. Well, that is annoying. That card's good. Exit Specialist is good too. So why don't I do that? Because then next turn I can flip it up to kill their detective. I think that will be nice. And hopefully they don't play anything too big this turn. 4 mana 3/2, and when it dies, they make a 2/2. Sure? Oh, come on. You got to attack with your detective token. It's crazy not to. I guess I probably shouldn't have hovered over it. Oh, a Fairy Snoop. Yeah, I'm down to take a little more damage. Why not? I'm not going to play a Mistway Spy face up, though. I feel like it's so much more efficient if next turn I go flip both my morphs. Oh, Case File Auditor. Let's see if they hit. Oh, they did. They hit a Makeshift Banishing, too. That's a good one. All right, I'll take 5. Yes, give me all your damages. All right, now I'll pass the turn, and we'll see what they've got. I've got all my tricks up. Lots of tricks up my sleeve. Are they going to banish one of my morphs? That wouldn't really worry me too much. Oh, they're going to make Case File Auditor into a 3/4. Sure. Attack with those. Let's flip the Fairy Snoop, because I'm going to want to do that no matter what. Okay, I'll put Massacre Girl into my hand. So that does change my plays a little bit. I think I'm just going to go block and no blocks on the other, and then I'm going to flip this to kill their 2/2. And then we'll see what they do next turn. I hope they're using their banishing this turn, because it feels pretty natural to use the binding on the Fairy Snoop here, because it's a good blocker. Okay, I have 1 card in hand. Oh, Soul Innervation's nice too. Let's go Massacre Girl and pass with Slice for 1 up. Well, if they don't have another kill spell for Massacre Girl, oh, they don't. Pays X equals 1. This is power 4 or greater, right? Yeah, I'll target my own card. Yep. All right. So now their thing fizzles. They I guess can get an attack in, but yeah, that was a nice play. Thank you. I appreciate you acknowledging that. That's not going to do it. That is not going to do it. So now they get to draw a card, but I guess they could attack with Museum Night Watch, but I would just get to draw. Oh, now there's that. All right, I'm just going to pass. I'll let them do their thing. And my play this turn is probably going to be really good. It's probably going to be Soul Innervation, kill one of your things, draw a card, drag the canal with effectively Kicker. Oh, Escape Tunnel into Axebane Ferox. 4/4, Death Touch, Haste, Ward. Collect Evidence 4. Well, I do have that. Okay. I mean, you kind of have to attack with the Ferox, I feel like. It's not really getting better for you. All right. Let's fire off Soul Innervation. Target this. I would like to collect Evidence 4, yes. I even get to trigger the Soul Innervation here. My opponent, the first nice is fine. The second nice, The third nice, it's like, stop. I don't like muting people though, because I like seeing the action. All right, kill that, draw a card, drain you for 1. Oh, draw control magic, drain the canal. Oh, that canal is getting drained. I don't really even want Extract the Confession, honestly. Gain 2 life, Surveil 2. I don't really want to steal any of their things either. I think I'm just going to play a Curious Cadaver and pass the turn. Just not really in a big hurry, not really close to dying. I guess they could have Hustle and Bustle. So they'd +2/+2 and trample all their creatures. So it's 10 points of trample, 11, 12, 15, 17 points of trample. So I wouldn't die. It wouldn't be great for me. But yeah, there is a reason to like maybe start cleaning up the board a little bit here. I'll probably coerce to kill the Museum Night Watch next turn if they don't do anything. Because I have Extract the Confession. So if they played some sort of like 6/6 flyer. Oh, I don't know what's happening here, but I like it. Case File Auditor is getting in. All right. Yeah, anything to trade down the board sounds great to me. I'll trade my 2 creatures for yours, and I'll draw a card. Boom. Boom, boom. And no other plays. Let's crack the clue. So it turns out I really didn't need the Living Conundrum. And it turns out Massacre Girl is just a completely unreasonable card. Let's go Coerce to Kill on this. Brum. Yep. Nice, nice, nice. And then send. I did crack my clue with a Cadaver in play, but I'm not worried about that. Yeah. Oh, we're double blocking. Okay. Oh, we have a trick. That's why we attacked last turn. I have reasonable doubt, but also at this point it doesn't matter. If Massacre Girl dies, I can't lose this game. Yeah, Fanatical Strength. All right. Yeah, that kills that one. I draw a card, and let's just pass. I don't really think I'm supposed to Extract a Confession there. They have a 0/1 and a 1/1. I don't really care about either of them. They can inside source their detective and attack and trade it for like an unscrupulous agent or something. Also, if this thing dies, I get a 2/2. Okay, Novice Inspector, send. Yeah, I mean, I'll block with the agent. I don't need to trade off the Night Watch. It's a 1/1 Death Touch. Like, I'm not in a hurry to trade it off. The reason to trade this off would be that they have enchantment removal. Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to get to counter almost anything else. I'll suspect the Cadaver. They have enchantment removal. They could get their thing back. So it's like kind of bad to let it sit and play, and maybe they play a disenchant. Like if they played the Vine Creeper and flipped it up. Nice. That would be kind of annoying. I guess I will block here. Their thing's a 0/1, but they can attack me for 2 every turn. And again, kind of want to just maintain my life total a little bit here because there's not many ways I can lose here. Oop. I guess you don't let me submit 0. All right, and then I'll flip Mistway Spy up. Oh, do I want to loot? Nah, no reason to loot there. And then hit for 4 and make 2 clues. Yeah, I mean, the Mistway Spy has been kind of mediocre, but the floor on a disguised creature is pretty high, so I really don't mind it too much. The soul innervations have looked great. And so have Extract. Got some good learnings this one. Massacre Girl, that's a good card. Face down card, okay. Yeah, let's innervate that. Why not? Yeah, pay the ward. I got there. What is this thing? Oh, that thing. And I guess I probably don't even really need to trade this here, but it's fine. Yeah, it's also bad against Wrath, so yeah, there was really no reason to do that. Though I did get to loot off my detective. How many cards do I have left? 12. I'll play a land. I've got a bunch of clues to crack. Another novice. I mean, that card's just good. Look, it's obviously they need quite a bit more to get out of this, but like that's kind of a start if they draw another creature, or let's say they drew another makeshift binding and they killed the cadaver to go to 9. You know, you could make an argument. That's not really going to do it. The Case of the Trampled Garden. The Case of the casting collect evidence and attacking, or extract a confession attacking for lethal is actually what it's going to be here. Yeah, I don't even need to. I could surveillance monitor, make a token, collect evidence, make a token, but I think this will do it, and that's a trophy. You love to see it. All right, let's take a look at this deck, because I do want to kind of break it down a little bit, because this deck kind of ran the tables, lost to an 8-mana flip of a mythic rare, and didn't draw a removal spell, and other than that, it did not. So obviously, Massacre Girl was absurd. Drag the Canal was just fantastic as well. Course to Kill. Yeah, that not very surprising. Cryptic Coat also looked excellent, was excellent. The cards that I thought was interesting. Soul Innervation was really good. This card went up in my estimation. Just a good kill spell that leaves behind some real value. Awesome. Surveillance Monitor also looked pretty good. Even if you just make the 1 token, which was pretty easy to do, you get some good value. I think the Inspector's pretty good. Fairy Snoop's okay. Wasn't incredible, but wasn't terrible. It's pretty slow, but it's a really good way to get value. And I like that your slow card advantage card, you could also just cast on turn 3 as a 1/4 flyer. That's a pretty good deal too. Reasonable Doubt was mid. I think the card's still good, but yeah, it wasn't the best. Extract was excellent. Huge win for Extract the Confession. Just played really nicely. This card's obviously good. Exit Specialist obviously good. Deduce was actually pretty good the way these games played out too. Yeah, this was a great deck. It worked out well. Having 1 Macabre Reconstruction was good. The Agent was obviously fine. A lot of good card advantage, a lot of good removal spells, and most importantly, a really low curve. Not counting the 2/1s, because this is more like, that. Still, a ton of cheap plays, and even if Deduce doesn't add to the board, in concert with Reasonable Doubts and Extracts and stuff, it's a way to get an advantage. So this was a 6 start, and this format's looking good. I hope you enjoyed this draft today. I appreciate you hanging out with me, and going to be more Murders of Karlov Manor drafts coming up, though of course we'll still be doing Cube as well. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. It helps out the channel, and you won't miss a single draft.